Hi gorgeous, welcome back to Vitale Style. Today I'm going to be doing, well, it's kind of like a review slash dupes on the Tom Ford Coco Mirage quad. Now this has been talked about for a really long time. It is a beautiful neutral palette. I've been wanting to get it for a while, but just could not justify the price, which is around $79, I believe. I couldn't justify the price because I just didn't see that it was anything that special from just looking at it online. I ordered mine from Nordstrom, so I was like, okay, well, let me think about it. So I thought about it for months, and finally I was like, you know what? I'm gonna order a couple of the things from Tom Ford I really been wanting to try, which is the Coco Mirage palette and the Spanish pink lipstick. This is just the lip color rouge something in 01 Spanish pink. So I ordered it. I got it in about 3-4 days ago, and I've been wearing, and I wore it and I played around with it, and when I opened it, the first thing I saw was, well, everyone says that they're so creamy that there's like no fallout whatsoever, but I'm going to show you. You can see where I've put my brush, and you can see that there is a little bit of powder. Let's see, it's focusing on me. Is it focusing on that? You can see that there's a little bit of powder on the colors. So that's the first thing I was kind of iffy about. So once I saw that, I thought, you know what? I have to have these colors in my collection already. I have not the biggest collection of makeup in the world, but I have quite enough things that I really believe that I had a dupe for it. So I went through my whole collection, and indeed I did have dupes. Now I have the dupes for the whole 4 pieces in my in MAC shadows in my MAC palettes. So I wanted to do this video simply because if you own MAC shadows, most likely you already have these in your collection. I also have 4 dupe-ish, as close as I could possibly get, that are from Makeup Geek, and then I have 4 others that are just a mixture of some drugstore items. So there's really a little bit of everything for everyone. Like I mentioned, the palette itself is around $79, pretty pricey. MAC shadows are like 15 bucks a piece, which is still $60 for 4 of them if you were to go out and buy them right now. Still a lot cheaper than the Coco Mirage, but I'm not telling you to go out and get the MAC ones, because I think if you already have MAC shadows, these are already in your collection. The Makeup Geek ones are like 5 bucks a piece, so if you don't have MAC shadows and you want to recreate the same look and as the Coco Mirage or the MAC shadows, these are they're 20 bucks for all 4 of them, and you have like your own little Coco Mirage. It's as close as I could get with the ones that I have. And then if you didn't want to spend that and you just want to go throughout your collection and go to the drugstore, I have a few here that are going to put together, give you the 4 the 4 colors you need to recreate the Coco Mirage. As far as the lipstick, I didn't have a lipstick that was spot on identical to this, but I do have 2 in my collection, and I went through every single lipstick I own, and it took me forever, but I do have 2 in my collection that I think are close enough and that you don't need to spend the 50 bucks on the lipstick, in my personal opinion. I will probably never buy another Tom Ford lipstick again, or a little quad, because I just don't think they're worth it. Now, the Laura Mercier lipsticks, I have no problem admitting that those are like 30 some dollars, I think, and they are just phenomenal. The way they glide on is just gorgeous, and I have a couple of those because I do think that they're worth it. But that one, I knew that it wouldn't be worth it because I swatched it before, but I just really wanted to give it a try. Let's get started. The first thing I want to mention is that today what I thought I would do is I put the Coco Mirage quad on my left eye and the MAC shadows on my right eye. So I'm going to zoom you in because I don't think you can see a difference at all. I asked Joe if he could see a difference, and he said no. So this one is the Coco Mirage. Don't mind my brows, I'm trying to grow them out. This is the Coco Mirage. This is the MAC, and I just don't think you can see the difference whatsoever. Now, like, oh, sorry, going backwards. There you go. I'm just going to zoom you out a little bit. I still have you quite up close because I want you to be able to see the swatches really well. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to talk about is the cream. This is just a standard cream matte shadow. And the dupe for this is Brulee, of course. Now, the Coco Mirage is just a little bit, I guess, creamier of a texture. And it's a little bit more white, but so this is the Coco Mirage from the Coco Mirage palette, and this is the MAC. So pretty identical on the eye. They don't go on any different. One doesn't look more white than the other. It really truly looks identical. The next one, which was actually, I think the hardest one, was this light color right here. I instantly thought, oh, that looks like it would be like a nice soft brown, but soft brown is too like orangey brown, too warm of a brown, and this is a bit cooler of a brown. So this is what that looks like, and I'm going to swatch that on. And the closest dupe I could find to that is MAC Wedge. So I'm just going to put them side by side. MAC Wedge is just a little bit cooler, so you'd have to build that up just a little bit, but really when it goes onto the eyes, they don't look any different. And you just have to believe me when I'm wearing on my eyes right now, and they don't look any different. In fact, the MAC, I think, goes on just a little bit more pigmented than the Coco Mirage one, because the one from the Coco Mirage palette, I have to really tap off the excess, otherwise too much goes on. So, but really, they just look so close. I don't think you could ever probably tell that they were different, especially on the eye. Let's see. I'm thinking Cork is probably a good one as well. Cork is a little more deeper in brown. Like this is Cork right here. This is the Coco Mirage in the middle, and then this is the Wedge. But I think either one, Cork or Wedge, would do the job perfectly. For this shimmery color right over here, this is like a shimmery brown. It's a really pretty color. Like yeah, like a sparkly brown right over here. The dupe for that is MAC's Mulch, which is right over here. Pretty, I mean, really pretty identical. So this is one from the Coco Mirage, and this is the one, so Coco Mirage will always be on my left side. And then this one is MAC's Mulch. They apply onto the eye exactly the same way. You're going to have to build it up with both shadows to get the intensity that you want. Because when I put that onto my eyes, I was assuming that they were going to give me a lot more pop, but I had to build them up, both of them, equally the same. So I wasn't, one wasn't better than the other. I actually have them all, written down. And then the last one, which is this deep matte brown up here, it is going to be, well, I have a dupe for it, which is MAC's Espresso. So, Coco Mirage, deep brown, and MAC's Espresso. And I have them on my eyes, like I said. One side I have all Tom Ford, one side I have all MAC, and you would never be able to tell the difference. When it comes to texture, there is a big difference when you touch them. Not when you put them on the eyes, because when you put them on the eyes, to me, they go on exactly the same way. But as far as texture, these are just a lot more creamy. Like they're really soft and creamy. So if you want to pay just to be able to touch how creamy it is, then go ahead and splurge and get the quad. But as far as application and how they look, as you can see, they look exactly the same. So if you already have MAC shadows, and I will, down below what I'll do is I will write Tom Ford and MAC and then the other ones underneath. So if you already have MAC shadows, chances are you already have those in your collection, because those are a lot of MAC's basics that everybody tends to get, so I wanted to point that out. Now for Makeup Geek, these were as close as I could get, but trust me, I don't think that you would be missing out if you splurge, if you went and spend the 20 bucks rather than splurge and spend 79 on the Tom Ford. So let's get started. The cream one, I'm going to put it again on my left side. And the closest dupe for that this one I have, it's got a little bit of a shine to it, not sparkly, thick, shimmery. It's got a little bit of a sheen. And this is Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean. And it's beautiful. I mean, it's actually, I think it looks like there's a little bit of a shine in it, but it goes on matte. So this is the Coco Mirage. And this is the Vanilla Bean from Makeup Geek. Makeup Geek's eyeshadows are really creamy and luscious and lovely, so I enjoy those a lot. Then the light brown. Now the light brown, believe it or not, is actually a color quite difficult to find in my, because it's almost like a gray brown. It's hard to describe, and I don't have a lot of colors. I don't have a lot of shadows that are identical to this, but the closest one I could find is Latte by Makeup Geek, and I just don't think that you would really be missing out if you used this instead of the other one. So This one is the Cocoa Mirage one, and then this is the Latte from Makeup Geek. I know it's not super identical, but again, I just don't think that you would be able to notice the difference at all. And I don't think it's enough. It's definitely not enough for me to go out and buy the whole palette if I didn't have it already. If I had something close, then certainly not going to do that. Then the sparkly shadow one, the sparkly brown one, I meant to say. The dupe for that is Brown Sugar by Vanilla Bean by Makeup Geek. I'm losing it today. And this is it's identical. It is identical in texture. It's identical in color, in finish, in everything. So this is a Tom Ford, and this is the Brown Sugar from Makeup Geek. And then the last one is that matte brown, which is a really nice, cool matte brown, by the way. That's what that one looks like. And then the dupe for that is Makeup Geek's Mocha. And you really should give Makeup Geek shadows a try if you haven't. Now, the difference is a little bit that the Makeup Geek is a bit cooler than this one, but it's as close as I could get. I thought that it would be a match for something else, but it wasn't. It's close as I could get, and I'm just basically telling you that if you have Makeup Geek shadows, if you have these particular 4 shadows in your collection, you do not need the Tom Ford. And if someone's using it in a tutorial, you could certainly substitute those 4 shadows and get pretty much the same look, in my humble opinion. And also, if you wanted to buy 4 shadows that were significantly cheaper to make your own little quad, then I think those 4 are right up your alley and they would be perfect for you. Now, I went through my collection, and I just went through my couple of NYX shadows, and I wanted to do all NYX, but unfortunately I did not have all 4 dupes for NYX. I didn't have all 4 NYX shadows as a dupe. I only had 2, and then I had one from, what is this, Maybelline? Yeah, I think it's Maybelline. I can't even see the brand. Yeah, I have one from Maybelline that I actually got on clearance, and then I have one color from the Physicians Formula Classic Nudes quad, which I think everyone needs this quad. It's awesome. So let's get started right away. For the cream shadow, the dupe I have from NYX is called Lace Dantelle. That's what it's called. And I'll swatch them side by side. There you go. Matte creams. That's all this is. It's a matte cream shadow. You probably have 1,000,001 dupes in your collection for a matte cream shadow. So there's that. The second one is for this light color right over here. And for that, the dupe is in this little quad. I actually don't remember which one it is. Is it this one? Yes. It's this one right over here. It's right next to it. It's a little bit, tiny bit lighter, but again, when you put it on the eye, it doesn't come off as pigmented as this does. So it's close enough for me, and I think it'll be close enough for you. And the cream in here is also a dupe for the cream in the Tom Ford palette. Just don't have a deep dark brown and shimmery one, but I love these, and I have all of them except for one because my CVS is always out. So, and then for the shimmery one, the dupe I have, let me swatch the Tom Ford one. The dupe I have is called Top Notch Excellence from NYX. Beautiful. I actually think I like the NYX one a little bit better because it's just a hair darker than NYX one, but same finish, same pigmentation, everything. Love it. And then the last one is from Maybelline. I don't know if this is discontinued. I don't think so, but I'm sure you have a dark, deep matte brown in your collection. This is called, actually, let me swatch this one first. This is the Cocoa Mirage one, and then this one is called Made for Mocha. The only difference is that the Maybelline one is not as strongly pigmented as the other one, but as far as in color, like this one looks like it's gray, but it's not. You just would need to build it up a lot more. But it's as close as I could get for a single dupe that I have in my collection. But they're pretty much as close as it's going to get for me, but they would do the job perfectly fine. But those are all of my dupes for the shadows, and now I want to share with you a couple of the dupes I found in my collection for the Tom Ford. And another thing I wanted to point out that I'm assuming you already like got from all of this is I didn't go out and buy all new shadows to match the Tom Ford ones. I just wanted to shop my stash and see if I had anything comparable to the Tom Ford quad, because I feel like if you're a makeup junkie, you have a lot of these products in your collection. So I just want to kind of like, I just want to tell you, you already have these. If you have these shadows, you already have this quad or the equivalent of the quad in the shadows you already have. So that's basically what I did. By the way, on my lips, I'm wearing this soft matte lip cream from NYX in the color San Paulo on my lips, because I know some people might ask. The lipstick color is called Spanish Pink. It's a little nude. I think I expected it to be a lot more, I don't know, just a lot more pink, I guess. So this is Spanish Pink. It's got a nice sheen, nice gloss to it. It's got a nice sheen to it. It's nice and glossy. It is a nice smooth formula, but I mean, I just don't think it's anything to be like, whoa, about. The first dupe I found that was as close as I could get to it was the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick in 683 Demure. This is not as pigmented as a Tom Ford one because it's a cream finish, but if you put like a light warm pink lip liner underneath of it and put this on top, it would be exactly the same thing. So it's just a little bit lighter, but very similar right there. Same finish too. Look at the shine. So this is a Spanish Pink, and this one is the Revlon. And then the third one, well, the second dupe I have for it is 600 it's from L'Oreal. It's the Collection Privé by Dowsons. I don't know who that is, but that is that. And I'm gonna actually put it right underneath Spanish Pink because it is pretty identical. So this is the Dowsons Nude, whatever it's called, the 600 Dowsons Nude. And then the top one is a Spanish Pink. So I hope that you can see it as true as it is, but it really, these two especially are just in person, they're just right on the money. So those are all of my dupes. I hope that you found this helpful. I know if you're anything like me, you've been contemplating and wondering what's so great about the palette from the Tom Ford palette. It is a nice palette. It's a beautiful compact. It feels really luxurious. I don't like that you can see fingerprints on it, but it is what it is. It does feel really luxurious and it is quite a treat, but if you don't really want to spend the money, then I think, I mean, as you can see, they're easily dupeable. They're not the most incredible, like, unique shadows of all time. They're really not. And certainly better than Dior shadows in my opinion, but again, very basic colors. And I'm glad I got the basics one so that I could dupe them up for you and share my finds that maybe help you if you've been thinking about it, and this video might help you. So let me know if you found this video helpful. I just really loved being able to shop my stash and then report back on what I thought was, if it was worth it or not. It's a beautiful palette, it's a beautiful lipstick, but at the end of the day, are they worth the 50 bucks and the $80? I don't think it is. I think MACs are just as good. I think Urban Decay makes really good shadows. I just think that this is a little bit pricey, but hey, my birthday's coming up, so if Joe's feeling fancy and wants to get me a Tom Ford lipstick, I am not going to turn him down. I'm kidding. Anyway, that is everything. I hope that you found this helpful. I'll leave all the dupes down below, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.